It's a stream. We are here. It's internet time. We are on the internet. Hold on. Why is this making a noise? Some loose stuff in there. Whatever. I'm here. Oh, it's warm. But it's better than yesterday by a little bit. Hello. I have a chance to put on a light or two for today's stream, so I'm not in darkness. Oh, I hope you're doing alright out there, weathering the heat if you're dealing with that. Like I said, it's a tiny bit better today. Oh, but it's still warm. Whew. Oh man, alright. Let me get some proper... I was gonna go and get some more appropriate background music. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna get some stuff from okay. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Hopefully I've got the volume mixed alright. Got some lo-fi Final Fantasy beats to jam to. Courtesy of Killica Beats on YouTube, who I've listened to a lot of their stuff before. And I verified, because they've been uploading for quite a long time, this is not... Thank God, this is one of the compilations on YouTube where it's like, oh, they've actually made this. It's not, you know, AI music. Actual remixes. What do you know? I might just turn that up a bit. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome in. As I said, I hope you're doing alright out there. We're here for a chill, basically what's going to be a chill stream today, as we hang out and look back at the Retro Gauntlet, which is now complete. After yesterday, we finished Final Fantasy 16, which means, yeah, that's it. No more. Well, there are a lot more Final Fantasies. There's more than just those games, but we're done. I'm done with the Gauntlet at least. Freedom has been earned, exactly. So yeah, I figured we would just hang out and chat, and I got a couple of tier lists that I want to go over because I think that could be fun. And I have just out of shot, but I'm just gonna lean one of these boxes into shot. Oh. I have box, and I have taken all the identifying information off the various boxes just to be safe, so we should be fine. What's in the box? I don't know. It's a mystery. I just received these packages. It's the mail time. Yeah? It could be anything. It could be a boat. Yeah, the SIDS. Oh man. For opinions, TM. Well, I'll tell you what, why not? Let's do our first thing. First thing we'll do today then is let's go over, we did this at the end of the last stream, but let's go over this again. The now completed rankings. This is where they sat yesterday, and I'll see if I want to, I don't think I want to, so this is probably good. So, as for 16 ranked second in terms of story, 6th in terms of gameplay. Not because it's particularly bad, but I just prefer the turn-based, or like, yeah, the turn-based stuff more than the action RPG in Final Fantasy, but it's good. I enjoyed it. And it is the new winner in characters, largely because of how well it handles Clive, but the side characters are also all really good. And visual design, it ended up in 6th place because it spends a lot of it looks really, really good. Apex. A lot of it looks really, really good, but also a lot of the big chunk of the game takes place under this big grey filter where it all looks sludged and all the sort of light and dark values are smushed towards the middle, so it is really just indistinct, and it's not great. But when the game is not lit like that, it actually looks amazing. So I had to rank it at 6th place. And as for music, it got to 3rd place because it had some real bangers in it. And like the top spot is pretty heavily contested, you know? So overall, I think 16 did really well, you know? Only really let down by just a baffling decision to make everything grey for most of the game. Yeah. Oh, we got some actual... See, this is my rankings for the, you know, story, gameplay, characters, visual design, music. Very much inspired by... Who remembers from Rewatch with Love, the James Bond Rewatch podcast that Lur did. But I figured today I can do an actual tier list, which I have ready to go. Yeah. But yeah, you can see. So, but in terms of story, let's see. The winners are story. Yeah, and the award for best story. I guess that's kind of what this is. The Final Fantasy Awards. Yeah. The winner for story, Final Fantasy X. It is still to this day, you know, the one that hit the hardest. The one that left the biggest impact on me. I can tell that it did. Yeah, 10 is clearly a favorite. Yeah, I can tell that it is because I had a feeling after playing 10 that I didn't get from any of the other games, really, which was. I mean, and the game is set to invoke this as well, just in its storytelling. But it was a sense of nostalgia, which I couldn't possibly have had for playing it. There was a kind of bittersweet thing of like, I'll tell you the thought that went through my head. I wish I had grown up with this. That was the thought that came through my head after I played 10. It was regret. It was like, why didn't I play this when it came out? It would have been my whole personality, basically. So yeah, Final Fantasy X wins for story. And the award for gameplay also goes to Final Fantasy X, because it just works. It just gets it makes the happy chemicals in the brain. And 10-2 does as well. 10-2 didn't really, you can see 10-2 is in 10th place for the story, but 2nd place for gameplay, because 10-2's gameplay is really good. And the award for best characters goes to Final Fantasy 16, narrowly beating out Final Fantasy 10. But 16 has some really strong characters, notably Clive and Sid and Jill and just a whole bunch of them really were. And I think even though the sort of main villain was flat for a lot of it, I think it worked, you know? Yeah. Shadow Brace brings steel chairs to this table. Yeah, as you can see, all the Final Fantasy 14 rankings are based on up to Stormblood, because that's where I got to. And I didn't want to commit myself to do it. I was like, well, that's as far as I got before. You know, I could have kept going through it, and I may do in the future, but I was like, I want to, you know, it would add a lot more time to the Gauntlet, to be honest. But you know, 14's done all right. Yes, and now in a surprise, the award for visual design goes to Final Fantasy 13, because 13 I thought had just really strong visuals, and it still holds up and looks really good for a game that came out, God, some number of years ago, 2009. Yeah, so 17 years ago ish. I guess internationally March 2010, 16, 17. It still looks great, and it's held up really, really nicely. And yeah, incredible set pieces. We've got a motorcycle summon. They made some wild choices. And the award for best music goes to Final Fantasy X. As you can see, Final Fantasy X wins 3 out of the 5 awards. The music in a lot of the games is really, really good. So the top spots are pretty tightly contested. 10 certainly has the most emotional soundtrack, I think. Like, all you have to do is start playing To Xanacan, and you're just like, oh, battle theme, and there's a lot of like individual themes and stuff that comes through. Yeah. Listen to my story. Exactly. All you have to do, you just yeah. So there you go. That's yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of Final Fantasy I didn't get to, but you can see here that was 17 games, 3 years of stream. I checked, I said this yesterday, but I checked and I went and checked when the first VOD of the Retro Gauntlet went up, and it was June 2nd, 2023. So almost exactly 3 years of stream. Yeah. And so 17 games, 16 main games, and 1 sequel, and a bunch of expansions of 14. Yeah, actually, considering that the VOD would have gone up on the Thursday of the week of that week, and it would have been on a Monday, you know, it's even closer. Like, you know, the first, right there. Yeah, Stormblood, actually, you can see Stormblood did 3rd in characters, and 4th in story. It was very solid. And you can see, oh man, I'm looking at the bottom of the list now, and Final Fantasy 1 gets the bottom spot in almost all of them. Really, mostly because it just doesn't have a lot of that. Like, it doesn't really have characters. Its visual design is like the least sophisticated, and there isn't really much of a story. And the music is, again, like less sophisticated. It doesn't mean that it's bad. You'll notice also that it is not the worst in terms of gameplay. Sorry, Final Fantasy 15. I did not have a good time with that. So yeah, Final Fantasy 1 is in the last spot because it, you know, is the foundation of what came before. Final Fantasy 15 is in the last spot of gameplay because it's bad. So yeah. Anything else to talk about here? Behind 2 on gameplay isn't so diabolical takes. Yeah, get my hot takes. Hot takes, everybody. I would much rather play Final Fantasy 2 again than Final Fantasy 15 again. I really would. I mean, okay, so to be fair, these are ranked on the pixel remasters of what I played. If I had played original FF2 without any of the enhancements you can do in the remaster, I might have a different opinion, but I didn't, so there you go. Yeah, absolutely. 15 was the closest I got to putting it away and just being like, I don't want to keep going anymore. Yeah. Yeah, and this is, as always, these are my personal opinions, my rankings. Your mileage may vary, and that's totally cool. I'm not gonna think any, you know, I'm not gonna begrudge anyone their different opinions. I'm glad that people like 15, and, you know, I'm glad people were able to get something out of it. I mean, I liked Twilight Princess as well as Nazi. 15 just never clicked with me at all. There were too many dissonances and so on. too many things that just didn't work. 15 has the biggest spread? I guess it does. Yeah, let's see. 13th place in terms of story, that's pretty low. Last place in terms of gameplay. 11th place in terms of characters. 9th place in visual design. But again, that's a case of, that's not something I can say it's bad at. I think it's just everything above it is better. But I think one of the issues I had with 15's design was that it had a lot, it hewed too close to the real world in a way that I didn't particularly like. Like, you had like just real, like, normal cars and like diners and other stuff. Like Louis Vuitton dresses or whatever, I think. Yeah. And then in music, I think it did alright. Yeah, music, it was in 4th place. Yeah, I can't really fault the music in 15, so... Yeah. I mean, I think I have a lot to say about a lot of these, but I might have the most to say about 15 just because of how bizarre it felt to me. Yeah, turning to the 15 is a blood book, for God's sake. Yeah, so... Okay. We'll stay down here for a bit, but... The thing with 15... it just felt very incohesive. Like, it didn't come together, and it felt just like... You know, story, scene missing, scene missing, scene missing, story, story, scene missing. And... there was a lot of extraneous material that filled in those gaps. Like the opening, like if you haven't seen the anime thing or whatever it was, then the opening makes no sense to you, and they don't really, and that's to its detriment. I don't know. It's not. It just never. Yeah, and you can see that it was badly managed and so on, and again, any game that gets shipped at all is a minor miracle, particularly one of that size and scale. So yeah, it has clearly been sort of jerked around, I guess, but the end result is not something that I really enjoyed, and largely because of that. There is a big difference between like the immediacy of the story and of the gameplay. So you know. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll say more later, but I'm taking a pretty big break as well. After this. Yeah. Most mid FF is 12. You know, I think that's probably true. I think 12 does a lot of things that are kind of okay, and some things that are neat. But yeah, it gets bogged down in a lot of places. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I haven't watched those guys in a while. I watched a couple of their videos, but I know who you mean. Yeah, Art Signal or something, where they were doing reviews of the music and like 15. Oh yeah, well it doesn't have one. I put the intro in the movie. Yeah, it's true. Yep. 12 is the one where I have to try and remember which one that is. Well, it's the one with No, it's the one with Balthier and Fran. Like, those are the two characters that I remember. You know? One with the bunny. Yeah, one with Bunny Chewbacca. That's what it is. I think I watched the no clip video on 14. I did, yeah. British Han Solo and Hot Chewbacca. Yeah, exactly. No, I did. Yeah. No, I didn't have a bad. Well, yeah, I don't look back. I think mid is a good word for 12. It's not bad, but yeah, it's. I remember I had a lot of complaints about the story at the time, mainly that you don't really affect or do anything and just spend a lot of time treading water, getting to places. The gameplay was interesting, but a little bit underwhelming. A number of the characters are just the blandest people. Like your main character, what was even his name? I don't recall, and it doesn't really matter. Vaughn, that's it. Yeah, he doesn't really do a whole lot. Be in each category, good, mad, bit. In each category, I don't know. I haven't thought about it like that really. Let's see, maybe I can. For each category, when does it start getting bad? I think around 10, actually. That kind of gets divided in half. But like good. And yeah, I think so. I might turn that down a bit. Yeah, 12 looks great. Like visually, where did it do on the visual rankings? 7th place, which is pretty respectable, considering that I don't think any of them really look that bad. Look bad, you know. But yeah, I think story, like, I'd say like 1 to 5 is like top tier. 6 to 9 is kind of below that, and then there's the sort of dregs underneath all of that. 10 to 17. I don't know, it's actually kind of hard to do this for everything. Well, I tell you what we can do. This leads me into something from the things I had planned for today. So let me just set it up real quick. Go back to the booth. We're gonna do a tier list. Window capture. Oh, okay. Why does it look like that? Okay, yeah, I can crop it down. Yeah. So here we have the main final. Actually, this is one someone had already made, thank goodness, which was convenient. And look, there are actually a couple of them that I found, and this is the only one that had this very clear layout at the bottom. So we've got this one, and I also have another one for later. But okay. The only one this doesn't have on here is 10-2, but that's okay. So, let's go through in order. We're ranking the Final Fantasies. And I don't have any fancy names for the categories in this one, because I think it probably works better this way around. Alright, let's think about this. Final Fantasy 1. Okay, here's my thing about Final Fantasy 1. I actually think it has a really a simplistic charm to it that I really like. Because it's like a lot of early NES games, like Super Mario Bros. Or like Mega Man. You know, it's you know, compared to modern games, it's objectively much less sophisticated. You know, much less interest. You know, but there's enough there to actually really like it, and the Pixel remaster takes it up a notch. And and it's, you know, relatively short in that way. Yeah, I don't know if I rank it in. I think I'm with you there, Lamb. Like, if I put it in A, that feels wrong. C might be too low. I think it might be a solid B, actually. Like a solid B rank. Because, yeah, there's not much going on. But it's actually, it's neat. I just think it's neat. Yeah, it's short and sweet, has strong vibes to it, absolutely, yeah. It was the only good one, and they've only ruined it ever since, completely, you know. Yeah, I think I'm happy with B for 1. Unfortunately 2, well, 2 has the interesting thing where it was the first time they were trying to do some story. You know, they tried a little bit and its innovation was interesting, but the gameplay was less so. And we're able to alleviate it with the Pixel remaster, but yeah, I think for that reason, I kind of want to put it a tier below. Like, if you ask me which of these two would you rather replay, I think I would rather play 1 than 2 again. Yeah, do I want to put it? Is D too low? Yeah. No, I think I'll go with you there, Lamb. Without the remaster comforts, it would be in a D, but we have the remaster to bring it up to a C. Yeah. Okay, now 3. Man, I tell you, very little about 3 is stuck in my memory, other than it's the first time it tries to do jobs and so on. But I don't really remember much else about it, other than, you know, your characters are the Onion Knights, and they have nothing going on at all. But I still think it was alright. It might be another C for me, honestly. I don't know. What do you all think? Yeah, it's just less interesting, right? I don't know. Do I want to order the tiers? If I do, we put 2 behind 3. Now 4. 4 is where we really start to do story time. Well, 3 might have been the one where I struggled with the last boss. Maybe it happened a couple of times in the Pixel remasters. Yeah, 3 might have been one of them. Now 4 though, okay. It was so long ago. I know. I know. 4. Okay, 4 is where they start doing some story. They do some interesting things. However, it is the first time they introduced the ATB, which I remember that I was not a fan of it at the time. I got used to it over the course of the other games, but I was not a fan of 4 putting the ATB in. I much preferred the proper, like, turn-based of the first 3 games. Oh yeah, and the story of 4, where they kept pulling the rug out from under you, and like every time you thought you'd achieved something, no you hadn't. Oh, I think those things keep it from being an A. So I think, yeah, I think B. It's definitely better than 1 though. Definitely better than 1. Alright. I tell you what though, 5. I really liked 5, and I have a lot of fond memories of 5. It's got a lighter tone, it's more Saturday morning cartoon vibe, but it's really good. And I think it's underrated, you know? I think it's an underrated hidden gem, if you will. Yeah, I would definitely replay it. I think it's pretty easy A for me. And it's just good fun, you know, and the class system, yeah, the mechanics and like the job system was interesting. I think I tend to prefer the games that where each character has a distinct job, rather than being able to freely swap all of them. But I don't mind it. Oh, true, because 5 never have a proper Western release at the time. Yeah. Anyway, 5 in A. I think that's pretty good. 6. Ooh, okay. 6. 6 is gonna go between somewhere easy S. You reckon? S or A? Yeah. But I was really high on 6 when we played it originally, and it has really sophisticated storytelling. I really love the little touches, the big swing they take with Kefka. Oh, Dancing Mad and the tower. Yeah, we gotta put it in S. And it is iconic, right? There's a huge cast of characters as well. It's just got so much. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Easy S. Yeah. Okay, now it might get a tiny bit controversial. 7. I really liked 7. I really liked it at the time and the characters, and now thinking about how it stacks up against the others, I don't think it's S rank. But I feel like I would put it in A. It's not an S rank. Yeah. Yep, there's weirdness. I love a lot of it. I think one of the things it suffers from is, like, you compare it to 6. 6 being essentially like I think I remember saying this at the time, but it was like 6 is the peak of the SNES era. Like, it's the culmination of the SNES era, and it's like the best execution of that. And 7 is the beginning of the 3D era. So it's innovative, but it's not very refined in that way. You know what I mean? And so it's a lot jankier because of that. And that kind of makes it like, some of that is endearing, but it does kind of hurt it. Does stop it from going to S rank. But I still really like 7. All right. 8. I'm curious about this one from everyone else, because I know a lot of people did not like 8, and I definitely understand why. But here's the thing about 8. Is 8's combat janky and messy and weird? Yeah. Is the story convoluted and bananas and just cobbled together out of scraps? Yeah. Or it doesn't really fit together very well. But do I still like it despite all of those things? Yeah, I do, actually. 8 is like... Yeah, to me 8 is better than the sum of its parts. I can't accurately explain why. I can't help but like it, despite all the things that I know are actually that are an issue with it. I don't know, something about it just... It has enough charm that I actually still like it. Maybe that's it, you know? So... I'm just going with my gut, you know? Does some batshit swings, yep. Some of them Well, most of them, I don't know if they all, do any of them pay off? Some of them pay off. But I would play it again. Yeah. Yeah, if WTF moments are what you're looking for, 8's got you. I mean, you get Selfie to do one of the limit breaks where she eats something. Eats a monster, there you go. Yeah, okay. So I am gonna put it, again, these are just my rankings, you know. Where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put it in B. I'm gonna put it in B. I'm sorry, I just have too much affection for it. Even if it is a janky, broken mess. But I can't help but like it, you know, all the same. I don't know. I don't know that I can really defend that, but here it is. It's what my gut tells me. Yeah. Alright. 9. Okay, in comparison to 8, 9 is much easier to like to justify, because 9 has a whole lot of good things going for it. I feel like it's got to at least make it to A rank. 9 has. Yeah, I'm thinking back now. I think the combat is what holds it back, because the combat is uninteresting and really slow. And I remember that was a problem. But the rest of the game, great. Yeah. If I'm gonna do this in order, do I think it's better than 5? Yeah, maybe. It might go like that. We're doing this in order. Yeah. Yeah, 9 is just really, really good, really solid. Like it's another one with a big cut. I mean, by this point, by the time you get to 9, basically every game has a wide cast of characters, although I think they were scaled down from like 6 had the most. 6 had so many characters, but you've got a big cast of characters, and 9 really only drops the ball on one of them, which was, oh, what's his freaking name? The big guy with the dreadlocks and whatever. He doesn't really do very much. Yeah. I forget his name, but yeah, Amaranth, that's his name. That's the guy. But the whole thing with Garnet / Dagger is great. I almost said no, that's not. Yeah, and that was like a proper epic journey. Also, the last game to have the overworld system, where you have the overworld map and all of that, and yeah. No, what else is there to say about 9? 9 does pull the thing where it has like the final boss is like a literal like last minute reveal of like the ultimate evil, or whatever it was, or death or something, which is kind of silly. But the whole thing with oh yeah, Zidane would be an S tier pro tag if not for his misogyny. You're not wrong. Yeah. Oh, why am I blanking on his name? There's too many characters to try and remember everybody, but the villain, what's his freaking... It's also too hot today. That's the... Kuja, of course it's Kuja. Yeah. Of course it is. Yeah, Kuja was interesting. And I kind of wish they would have, you know, not done the last minute, like, and here's the secret evil. Oh yeah, transfusion. This is the power of, what was it? What was it actually called? It was like transmogrify or something. Oh no, it was trance. It was literally trance. This is the power of trance. Yeah. Yeah. No, I have a lot of fond memories of 9. 9 was great. But yeah, I think, like I said, its combat and mechanics were not that interesting, and that kind of holds it back. All right, now here's a very easy one. 10 S rank, immediate S rank, just S plus 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 plus, ding 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 ding, winner winner winner, chicken dinner. As I said, it's probably my favorite Final Fantasy of all time, and I can say that with authority now, having played most of them. Well, all the main ones. Here's how you know I really liked 10. I spent so much time playing Blitzball because I wanted to get Wakka's weapon. I didn't have to do that, but I was like, no, damn it, I will. And thankfully I could speed it up to like 4 times. I played so much Blitzball. Oh my god. If I hadn't been enjoying everything else, I wouldn't have done that to myself, you know? At least I don't think I would have. It was really interesting. They pull off something quite impressive with Tidus in 10, which is that on the surface he kind of seems like he should be an annoying character, kind of in the vein that Zidane was at times. Like he feels like he should be kind of maybe a little annoying or whatever, but with the framing story and the journey that he goes on, he isn't. If he is, he only is for the first little bit, but he takes on such a journey. And yeah, there's this whole, it's so good the way the framing device works, of starting out, you know, listen to my story, and how different Tidus sounds in that than he does in the main game, until you then get to that point and you see what he's been going through, what he's dealing with, and what he knows about himself, and how it's, and the relationship between him and Yuna not being able to see a future, like consigned to her fate of sacrificing herself to stop sin, and not allowing herself to dream of a future, where Tidus lets her dream of a future, lets her have a future beyond that, and they break the cycle of this, you know, of sacrifice, and letting her live, and he is literally a dream. And man, the fucking, I still have not been hit harder than anything in a Final Fantasy game, I think, than the ending of 10, where Tidus is standing on the deck of the airship, knowing that he's going, and Yuna runs over to hug him and runs right through him because he's fading away. That was like, right, real, man. God, it's a gut punch, but yeah. And I have some, I mean, I have thoughts about 10 too. Well, we'll get to that in a second, but just on its own, it's like, it's this beautiful bittersweet thing, because one of the key things about that is that we know that as the audience, and as Tidus knows what destroying sin will mean for him, we know that much earlier. It's not a last minute twist. We can see it coming, so we know that, you know, we know what this is going to mean. There's a point where Tidus knows what this, you know, realizes what this means, and decides to go on anyway. And yeah, Seeing 10 knocks him out instantly. Oh yeah, yeah, it's so good. And it's that's just Tidus and Yuna, Lulu and Waka and Riku and Kimari and Auron as well. They all have stuff going on that's pretty good. Auron in particular, I think. This is also how it's good, because I can remember everybody's name after a while. Not that I remember. Yeah. Yeah, it's just so good, and it has the best combat of all the games. I'm like, it's properly turn-based, because I learned to live with the ATB, but I still missed the proper turn-based of the early FFs, and 10 brought it back, which was great. Everyone had their own thing, which again, as I mentioned before, I like that, where Tidus is this and Yuna is whatever. Although you can play around with that in the sphere grid, and I really like the sphere grid as well. You can sort of side class or whatever, but the path you're on gives you a certain identity to those characters, but you can go off the path if you want to. Like, I remember building Kimari as like a sort of secondary black mage, and such. Yeah, Sphere Grid, for as confusing as it looks when it first shows up, because it's just like, oh, what the hell is this? It's actually really good, because it's an upgrade tree, basically. But the idea of it being like a shared upgrade tree that everyone can, it's good stuff. Yeah, someone mentioned as well, like, it's like negative points of like the corridor nature of its maps, which is fair, because it was a bit jarring going from the open world essentially of 9 to 10, where it's all like linear. But yeah, like I said earlier, 10 is the only game that gave me the feeling of, I regret that I didn't play this when it came out. A lot of the other ones were like, man, this was really fun and this is really good, and it's like, man, I missed out on this. That's what it felt like when I finished 10. It's like, why? Where has this been my whole life? Yeah. Unfortunately, now we have to talk about 10.2, and I'm going to use 7 Remake to stand in for 10.2. I could have uploaded my own image, but we're too late now. Yeah, that's the thing. It does help. It really does help. No, you're absolutely right, Pix. It is a linear pilgrimage, so it makes sense. All right, I'll use 7 Remake for 10.2. Oh man, 10.2. Oh, 10.2. is such a frustrating game. Its gameplay is really, really, really good, and some of the story is good. It's almost interesting, but it does a lot of stupid things that I don't like, and undercuts the ending of 10 if you get like the good ending, right? Because 10.2 has the thing where like, and 10.2, see, a lot of people, like, I remember hearing about 10.2, and like it opens on like the concert and what can I do for you and all of that stuff, and the things, and people see that and they go like, what the hell is this? This is weird. And like, oh, that's why it's bad. It's like, actually, having played it, no, that's actually not why it's bad. that's fine. That's not its biggest problem, let me tell you. Like, a different tone, sure, but you have I remember the frustrating thing being that, like, narratively you have some the bones of something interesting where, like, you know, Yuna is now living in this world that she never thought she would get to experience. She never even could conceive of that. And she's reaching back to the past to try and get Tidus back. Instead of, you know, moving on, which other people are trying to get her to do. That's actually, like, that core of that's really good thing to build a story around. That actually works really well. And it should be that, you know, that concerns everybody else, and she goes off and does whatever, and they have to talk about and try and get her to actually live in this world and dream for the future and move on, and, you know, stop looking to the past, look to the future instead, or just live in the present. But that's not what they do, because particularly if you get the good ending, Tidus just comes back, and we don't have to deal with we don't have to deal with loss, and we don't have to deal with any of this. We actually just get to, it's fine. It's no problem. Oh yeah, and they make Brother the worst Final Fantasy character. Yeah. They tried something with 10-2, but whiffed a lot of swings, but kind of the opposite to 8. It doesn't redeem itself. Not enough. Where do I put it? Is it bad enough to go in D? No, I don't think it is. It has enough going for it, and it almost gets there on a few things. And I did finish it. You know, I'm trying to remember if I came close to quitting, but not that close. So it had enough going for it that I did power through, get there. I think it might go into C. It's going to go in C. We're using 7 Remake to stand in for it. It was trying my patience. Yeah, that's about right. Brother certainly was. Alright. Okay, well now we move on to 11. Oh man, 11 was such a surprise to me. 11 I enjoyed way more than I thought I ever would. Mostly because of it being an MMO. And I haven't really played MMOs. And it turned out I actually really liked it. And I think by that point, and also just in general, I don't mind playing old games, you know, that's clear. This is the Retro Gauntlet. The Pixel remasters had a lot of, like, modern spit and polish, you know, polish up to make them, you know, make them better and easier to play. But 11 was full on just like, this is an MMO from, like, is it a pre-WoW MMO? I can't remember if it's pre-WoW or not, right? It is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, this is a pre-WoW MMO, so it's old. And oh god, oh man, the fucking saga of installing Play Online. Oh man, I jumped through so many hoops for that goddamn service. Oh, that was a hell of a thing, but yeah. Play Online is the true final boss. Yeah, exactly. But I got through it, and once that was out of the way, oh man. But I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. Yeah, and not just in terms of gameplay, but the story was there. We did a decent amount of it, and even one of the expansions, and there was so much more that I could do. I don't know, maybe one day I'll go back to it, but yeah, where does it go? Man. I mean, let me work my way up. It's not a D or a C. Let's work down from the top. It's not an S. It's, yeah, A or B. A or B. Is it actually an A? I'm just looking at this compared to the other ones. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did, and they did. Yeah, they recently had the expanded free trial. Yeah, you know, I think we'll tentatively put it in A, which is not what I expected at the time, but I ended up really enjoying it, and it was actually really cool to see that it's still going and pretty active. It turns out. There were a number of people I remember who would come in to the stream who were just watching 11 streams because they love the game, and there was a sort of mini meetup a couple of times in game. That was fun. It's been growing. That's wild. Yeah. But I will say the fact they added the what are they called, the NPCs that you could summon, did really help, because that makes it much easier to play solo. Yeah. 11 hours. I love that they're still supporting it, basically. I think, and they've said they will continue to do so as long as someone is playing it somewhere, which is really cool to see. All right, 12. My gut tells me I want to put 12 slap bang in the middle of B, because as we saw on the rankings, it was definitely the most mid out of all of them in terms of rankings, and I think that carries over. Yeah, I can't honestly say I dislike it, but there's nothing that really stands out about it, and a lot of it is just kind of, I do remember like the long slog of going from place to place and not getting anywhere and not being able to actually affect the plot or do anything, you know. But some of it was alright. Yeah, I think it's got to go in B. Unfortunately, it does some character work, but only with a few of the characters. The rest of the ensemble is let down. Bolthia and Fran like really stand out. Vaughn is very forgettable, as is pretty much everybody else. Considering I'm struggling to remember all of the party members that we had access to. And I thought the Zodiac thing, what was it called? The Zodiac grid thing, I thought that was interesting. I didn't mind that. It was kind of a take on the sphere grid. That was alright. The automatic combat was not my favorite. It was okay. It was weird to be kind of like programming. You know, you're essentially like writing basic commands. Yeah. Mainline FF gaming and what previously established in another series, a bit of a misstep. I don't know. Because every FF has to set up a new setting. Ones that aren't direct sequels. So, I don't think it never felt to me like I was missing context. They provided enough of it in the game, but yeah, it seems off. Fair enough. But yeah, I think what I remember about it being not so great was just long stretches of nothing really happening and having no agency as characters for a lot of it, when you really should. you know, when the what's her name, when Princess Leia, whatever her freaking name is, really should be trying to do things, you know. Yeah, it was, yeah, but it has enough that I'll put it in B. Yeah. Oh man, 13 now. Ooh. I think 13 is probably also in B, but I don't, B or C, I don't know. Here's the thing, my thoughts on 13 looking back are that mostly that I don't hate it. There are a lot of things it doesn't do particularly well, but I honestly didn't mind the combat. I quite enjoyed that. That was pretty good. The visual design, as we talked about before, is absolutely top tier. I think where it falls down is its characters. Mostly that it's not really executed well. Some of the things are okay on paper, some of them less so, but they don't really execute on them. And it's not even like Lightning. Like Lightning being a stoic, you know, quiet character, that's not actually fine. I think actually Lightning is one of the better characters. But yes, I agree, Lamb. The translation lets it down a lot. It's one of them. It's... Oh, hold on. I need to get some more music. Let's go for the 9 lo-fi mix from Killer Beats. There we go. Punching Snow gets you points with me? Yeah, true. Well, I think by the time I got to 13, I didn't want to have to get through the sequels before I got to 14. You're probably right that if I had really liked 13, I would have gone into the sequels immediately. But I think by that point, I was like, man, doing 10-2 took a lot of time, and I was starting to think like, I'm adding so much more time to this if I do 13, 2, and 3. Yeah. But yeah, I think... Yeah, absolutely. That was it, yeah. I really wanted to get to 14 after how much I think maybe after how much I had enjoyed 11. And everyone else was excited to get to 14. Yeah, yeah. But I might have fought it a little harder if I'd really liked 13, which I didn't. But 13 is kind of in a similar boat to 8, I think, where it doesn't do... Oh, we're not there yet, Listenati. I'm doing them in order. We're not there yet. 13 has a lot of things going against it, but also it does enough things right and has just enough charm that I can't really say I dislike it. I'm probably higher on it than some of you. Yeah, so yeah, Lamb put it in D. But yeah, its characters are where it gets let down, largely due to the translation, and the translation is pretty... I remember saying at the time, like, it was interesting because, especially now having played all the way to 16, I remember thinking that the way 13 is translated is very dry, and it also has a very particular, like, structure to it that is the way that, like, a lot of Japanese dialogue is written, that is not, and again, I remember, that is not how you would write that in English, but it's translated in that same, it's translated close to that. And I'm thinking of things like, we talked about this a stream or two ago actually, like how in Japanese dialogue, a lot of times repeating something back as a question is like a rhetorical device that is just very common and doesn't sound unusual to a Japanese audience, but it is kind of weird to an English audience. Like, it feels redundant and clunky. And there's a lot of that kind of thing in 13. In English, it sounds like padding. Yeah, there's a lot of that sort of dialogue. Not just that specific thing, but that kind of thing. Which is why I hesitate to say that it's bad, because it probably... I don't know how it would read... I don't know how it would feel to a Japanese audience in the original Japanese version, right? Maybe that wouldn't stand out. That would just be like, this is normal. But in 13, it stands out as like, oh, this is not written in a way that a lot of like English language dialogue normally is. So it doesn't really work. At least not for me. It's kind of like, just as a random aside, it's kind of like, you ever... It's like if you try and read... It's like translated manga. It's written in English, but the panel order is right to left. Like, it still feels awkward. You're like, it's weird. So I think it might... Where are we going, though? It's not a D. It's not... Is it does it get as high as B? I think it might, actually. Just because I'm thinking about it compared to 12. If 12 gets a B, I think 13 does as well. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stand by it. That's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, I actually, and in the end, didn't mind it. Now, 14. Okay. 14 is another easy one. S rank. Yeah, 14 is S rank, A rank, B rank, C rank, and D rank. But no, as a culmination of everything, it's gotta go in S rank. I played so much of it, I want to get back to it. I really enjoyed it. It has some really high moments, and it just feels really good. And it feels very, at this point, like Limsa in particular, feels very comfortable. You know, it feels like a home. It feels like coming back to something, and yeah. And played so much of it. I mean, it's the most... it's certainly the most Final Fantasy. We've played the most of it. Played all the way up to Stormblood, and there's still plenty more to go. What else can I say about it? I mean, it's everything. It's one of the... One of the remix games, yeah. Yeah, it's all the final. It contains everything. Yeah. MMO we want to go for, yeah. And actually, one of the things that 14 is really good about is that it's an MMO that respects your time. And they've talked about that in the development. Like, we are not, you know, you can pick it up and put it down at your leisure. It is not heavily built on like FOMO and with never called it respect your time even harder. That's true. Dailies are now weeklies. Well, there you go. See. And what else? I think gameplay wise, once I got it, I am glad to have had a lot of help from you all with the like overlays and buttons and figuring all of that out. Once I got that figured out, good stuff. Yeah. And 14 manages that thing where it has a huge cast of characters, and you get more with every expansion, and it manages, better or worse, but I think it does a pretty good job with most of them, right? Certainly once you get out of ARR. ARR is very much the, we kind of have to get through this, but I remember thinking that ARR was fine. Remember, once we got through it at the end of ARR, I was like, oh, so it's not strictly that ARR is bad, it's just that everything else is better. Ah, I see. Yeah. The patches I disliked. Yeah. There were some definite low points of ARR. That long stretch of getting the food for the party or whatever, that was a stupid thing. Almond Breeder. Oh, 07. Yeah, I think I've said plenty about 14. It's good. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot. And now we have to talk about 15. Sorry. I'm sorry, 15 enjoyers. I'm sorry if you really love 15. It is now the only D tier. It's the only D tier. It's worse than 3, 2, and 10-2. I'm sorry. I do not want to play it again. Your defense is literally just putting it in C. Yeah. It brought me the closest to quitting out of a Final Fantasy game of any of them. And I am proud to say that I finished all of these games with an asterisk on 14 and 11 because being massive MMOs. But Jesus Christ, 15, it's the only game that I can kind of say that I hated. And I maybe hated is too strong of a word, but that I really didn't like. The combat was just rubbish. The combat was like not interesting, awkward, and just mostly amounted to hold circle to win, and that was just boring. yeah, the cup noodle. Oh yes, it was worth it. Okay, it was all worth it for the cup noodle photo at the end. Absolutely. Yeah. And 15, like I said, 15 felt so disjointed, and I know why, because it was badly mismanaged and it changed direction a few times, and the fact that they were able to get it out of the door at all is impressive, and that's all great. And I can understand that, and that doesn't make it a better experience. I have no, it's always the thing of like, it's this way for this reason. It's like, I understand that. Doesn't make it any more fun to play. I can be, yeah. And the fact that a lot of the storytelling gaps are filled in by secondary media, I really don't like. Particularly if we're trying to evaluate the game on its own. Like if you're trying to do a proper textual analysis of the game, and we go like full death of the author, the game is the only thing that we analyze. We don't look at what someone else said, we don't look at extraneous media, we don't look at this. It's bad. I'm sorry. Like the story is full of things that don't make sense and not explained, and just come out of nowhere and just don't really work. That Death the Author, that extra media bit, yeah, kinda. See, here's the thing. This is the thing. I have a bugbear about this. What death of the author means, and the only thing it means, is when we analyze the work, we analyze only the work. We do not take anything else into account. Death of the author just means that, and it's used to mean like, oh, if the author said something about this plot point in an interview or a thing, we don't care. Yeah, it's just one method of media analysis. Absolutely, it's not the be all and end all, but it's the one way to do it. Yeah. Well, it depends on how you look at it. That's why I say, like, if you were to analyze it as a video game and just as a video game, you know, it doesn't hold up. And my argument for doing it that way is that is by far the way the majority of people will interact with it. Certainly for 15. Most people will just buy the game. They will not look up the anime, they will not read the book or whatever else it is, they will just play the game. And in my opinion, if you do that, I didn't have a good time. I didn't have a good time with that. Yeah. There were a lot of things that I feel like I really would have liked to actually have all that stuff developed and present. And I know the external reasons maybe why that's not there. But in the end, it made for a really underwhelming product. I will say, I think the best part of it was the relationship of the four lads. Prompto, Ignis, Noctis, and Chad. What's his friggin' name? Anyway. There's too many characters. Prospero's from something else. From Shakespeare. Come on, brain. Gladio. I got there. Yeah, the relationship between them, I think, was the best part of it. Also something I think that could have been developed more. I would have liked to have seen. I would have liked to have seen Luna Freya take a more active role. And the villains one that developed, like Luna Freya's brother, who, like, when he shows up, all crystallized and turned to like Resident Evil, and Noctis is like, you fought well, as a noble death, and I'm just going like, who are you again? Oh right, that guy. Yeah. Now, anyhow, I did not enjoy 15. More power to you if you did. If all of that stuff worked for you, despite the confusing mess that I found it. Good for you. I'm happy for you. I just didn't have a great time. Alright, and finally, 16. Alright, this is another one that 16 slaps. It does a lot of things really, really, really well. As I said, my biggest problem with it is that it's grey for a lot of it when it doesn't need to be. And I was thinking, does that bump it down to A? But I don't. It almost does, but it doesn't in the end. And it's really just absolutely solid. It all the way through. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks, NeoGets. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. It has a lot of like bright visual noise going on at some point, so I can understand why that would give you a migraine. Yeah. It's a shame because otherwise because you know I really enjoyed it, and I think it's one of the best ones. Clive as a main character is maybe the best. Is Clive the best main character? I don't know, but he's up there. Oh, I'm glad you've enjoyed listening along. Oh, that's good. Clive rules. Yeah, Clive is great. And I said before, but one of the things I really appreciate about Clive is that he has such raw emotions and expresses them in that way. He's not ever really particularly stoic. If something is hurting him, he will express it. Ben Starr acts his arse off. Yeah. Yeah, he tries to be stoic for 2 seconds. It doesn't work. But yeah, let's not forget the other characters, particularly Sid and Jill and even Joshua and Dion, Gav. Dion is an interesting one because he has like a fairly small part in the story, but it's pivotal and actually really interesting. I remember, now that I think back on it, we had Kutka as well. I was also kind of expecting the mother to be more present, but after the whole thing in Twin Sides, it did wrap up in a way that made sense, in a way that was satisfying. Man, yeah. And the gameplay was really good. It only ranked where it did because I still prefer the turn-based stuff, but it was actually really solid and had enough like fiddly bits with the different icons and the powers and leveling up the powers and swapping them around, and you know, that's the kind of thing I think that was missing from 15. Just that extra bit of complexity where we have a few buttons and levers and things to pull, you know. Hey, I'll subscribe, thank you. With Prime. Yeah. So yeah, and God, 16 was just really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. So here you have it, my tier list of Final Fantasies. S rank 10, 14, 16, and 6. A 9, 7, 5, and 11. 11 being the surprise, entrant at A. B is 4, 8, 1, 12, and 13. C 3, 2, and 10, 2. And D is 15. Oh boy. Oh, the time stop wave. Yes, that's such a sick visual. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. Well, okay, now I have a decision to make. I have another tier list here of SIDs. Do I want to do that, or do I want to open some mail? Because we have some mail time, and I've been sitting on these for a few days. Mail time then, Sid? Okay, I've got 2 packages. So we could do one and then the other. Or both of them. Alright, let's go mail time. It's been tough, let me tell you. I only have 2 boxes, but resisting that urge has been difficult. Alright. Again, I've taken all the identifying information off this. We have box number 1. It's pretty large, but it's not that heavy. Alright, was there a top? Well, now I don't know which way up it goes. Oh, this way. Yeah. Alright, I'm going in. I know who this one is from. We were tracking it and it took a hell of a time to get here. Oh. Okay, this is evidently the top. Aha! The note. No, it actually just says for hats on it. I didn't bring my letter opener. Sorry. These. Alright, I'm just gonna tear it open. It's a card. Alright. It's Indike Plume. A big something. A big plum. What does this say, Red? What a big congratulations? Maybe? A big plume. Oh, is that like congratulations or like a feather in your cap sort of thing? Ah, well done. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, congrats on completing the gauntlet. Super proud of you, buddy. Here is a something to help keep you warm during cold times. I can't read that word, so this will be more of a surprise. Yeah, great. It's exactly what I need right now. It's so cold. Oh, I really need something to keep me warm. Okay. Empty bags of air. Okay, oh, here it is. Oh, this is well and truly packed in there. Just check there's not anything else hiding. There's a secret sub box for more unboxing. Ah, grand sub unboxing. Alright, I'm gonna keep that in there. If this is just a series of smaller boxes, I will respect the dedication to the bit, if nothing else. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh shit, yes. Let's go. It's VV Mug. I pre-ordered this so long. I'm so glad that you... in hindsight, I completely forgot about this, and I was maybe going to pre-order it, but I completely forgot, so I'm glad that this worked out. Oh man, I'm so glad. This is awesome. Was surprised. Oh yeah. All right, can we get it out? Oh, it's big. Oh, the hat is separate. Okay, hold on. Careful here. Bits of assemblage. Oh. Okay, that's that. Anything else? Secreted away in here? Nope, just polystyrene by the look of it. Alright. There he is! Oh. Gotta be careful, I don't want to drop it. BB Mug! That's awesome. Thank you so much, Red. I really love it. It's so good. Oh man, it looks so cute. The bestest boy. All right, I'm gonna gently put him away for now. Just gonna place that down here. I don't have a good place to put it for the moment. Okay, that leaves one other box. And this one is a big mystery. I don't even know who this one is from, but I have my suspicions. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is heavy. Oh, I've covered up the information, but you can see it says here to be opened upon completion of the Final Fantasy Gauntlet. And there is no, oh god, I can't keep holding it. It's so heavy. I can't wait to find out why it's so heavy. Alright, I'm going in. I can't hold this one up in front of the camera and open it. It's too heavy. Okay, I can at least extract the note. Oh, the note is heavy. Not heavy. It's. Right. Let's see about this. Oh, is this a musical card? Well done, you did it! Oh, it is. It's a talking product. Okay, hold on. Very good. Oh, I see. This is from everybody. So, in honor of your completion of the Final Fantasy Retro Gauntlet, please accept this gift from Lamb, Lamoa, Linsington, Neogets, Red Nightmare, Mangle Pixel, Havoc 4, Wordney, and Keep 42. P.S. Well done. Okay, this is from all y'all. Ah, so this is okay. Alright, well now I gotta get into the box. Oh boy, okay. What's the best way to go about this? Okay. Okay, I'll balance it on my knee. That's working. Let's go down the other side. Okay, that's good. Looking good. Oh. Don't cut too deep. Yeah, I don't. No, I'm not. I'm trying not to. Just slicing the edges of the tape. Now let's see if I can go. This will lift up. Oh. I really don't know how to get into this. Okay, I'm just tearing the cardboard. Oh shit! Is oh fuck! Oh my god! Okay. Oh, that is crazy. You're mad, people. What? It's so heavy. Oh my god. I thought it felt like a book, but I was like, and it is. Oh, this is wild. You're all mad. I think, oh my god. Oh. I am gonna, let me just put it down here. Oh, it's so heavy. Let's see, I'll read the back here. Available again. It's so rare. Yeah, oh my god. I don't want to know. I shouldn't know how much this went for. How much you all pulled together. Oh my god. These are fucking impossible. eBay, found one on Amazon, got to work. Oh, I don't know what to say. Available again for the first time in over 10 years. Well, I can tell you what the RRP is. Yeah, these go for 200 US. So I'm just gonna assume. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, spread out over all of you. I guess it wasn't too bad for each of you, but that's crazy. Oh my god. Can I get through the plastic? Yeah, let's get through the plastic. carefully. Careful now. Oh my god. Wait. There we go. Oh my god. This is insane. This is insane, you guys. Oh. I think I remember looking at this like way early back in the day, and it was like, and it's all 5 books, and it's a little sheet. Oh my god. Okay, let's take that plastic cover off. So how do you actually get access to this? Oh my god. Oh, there's things inside. Hold on, can I show you this? Oh, let's try it. That's pretty good. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at what you're confronted upon opening the box. Oh, no wonder it's heavy. It's 5 books. There's also this, a premium flip book. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I'll balance it on my lap and hope I don't drop it. Oh, we've got these big postcards. Yeah, get a workout as well. Jesus Christ. And a book about Amano, and oh wow, how does this come out? Okay, let's just get the first book out. Oh, and it has this. Oh, this. Now. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna just stand it up down here because there isn't really a lot of space. Oh. Book 1. I'm just gonna open it. Okay, try and show you this. It is a pure art book. I want to be respectful with the pages. Oh my god. There are 5 volumes of this. No wonder it's so heavy. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put this back. See if we can slip it back in here without incident. Just about. There we go. Just gonna slip this back in here. Oh. Final concept art book for the road. That's insane. Okay, I gotta put it down because it's so heavy. I cannot hold it up. Lay it flat, actually. Well, that is so generous of all of you. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. It is something I desperately wanted, but never thought I would get because it's expensive and hard to find. And Thank you so much. Oh my god, that's crazy. You're crazy. And sneaky, conspiring behind my back. Oh. Oh, it has been a real journey, hasn't it? 3 years. Yep, almost exactly 3 years. Oh. I don't know if I have the energy to do the SIDS tier ranking. Hold on. We can do this real quick. It has been a real pleasure to do this though, because I've enjoyed it so much. Even, I mean, there's been some ups and some downs, but on the whole, it's been so much fun. Oh, all right. I tell you what, let's do this quickly. To the game. All right, SIDS. Now we got SID++. Now that's what I call SID. Mid, Whomst, and Shid. FF1. Who are you? FF2. Who are you? FF3. FF4. Now that's a SID. FF5. That's a SID. FF6. Who are you? FF7. Now that's what I call SID. FF8. It's kind of mid as a SID, I feel like. FF9. Solid. FF10. Kind of. FF11. Pretty good. FF12 is interesting. 13, who are you? 14, unimpeachable. Says mid. 16, the best. The best. In fact, I almost want like a new tier. Can I make a new one? I probably can, but whatever. And then the rest of these are in games that I haven't played. There we go. SIDS ranked. Oh. Yay. Oh my god. Well, I am... Oh! And then someone put the one from the Phantom Menace. Yeah. There, you can go there. Okay. There you go. That's my SID rankings. Jesus Christ. Oh, actually, I gotta show you this. I just picked up the flip book. Ooh, it's adorable. Oh, there's one on the back. Oh. Okay, can I do this in a way that you will see it? Let's see. Yeah, that works pretty well. And the other way. That's so cool. Oh my god. And so cute. Oh, wow. I can't fucking believe I have a copy of the whole collection of the Sky. You fucking mad lads. Oh my god. That's insane. I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm gonna put it, where I'm gonna look through it. I will enjoy. Oh man. Yeah, this has been just such a blast this whole time. And in case I didn't say, no, did I say it? I don't. Sorry, my brain is. Yeah, I said thank you for the gift, but honestly, thank you all so much for sticking with me through all of this. A lot of you have been here for the whole, or most of the, or have watched most of the Retro Gauntlet, and that's really cool. I'm so glad that you've enjoyed it. Yeah, it doesn't help it's a brilliant degrees. I'm so glad it's been that you've enjoyed it and stuck around. And I said as much yesterday, but you know, this sort of thing it's a lot harder if it's a lot harder if you don't have many people around to hang out with. It's the interaction that keeps this going. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody hanging out and tuning in for the streams. If you haven't been able to and you've been watching along on the VOD as well, that's also cool. Really appreciate that too. And if you're just lurking, that's also great. And yeah, okay. How long have we been going? 1 hour 50 minutes. Okay. Well, that's everything I had planned. Not quite everything I had planned, actually. I was gonna say what I'm gonna do next. Yeah. Yeah. So, as you may know, because I've said a couple of times, I'm taking a break. This has been so much fun, but I need a break. And it's, you know, take stream breaks relatively often. This is going to be a longer break, just because I need more of a break from streaming as a whole. And I've talked about it a bit before. One of the reasons I started the Retro Gauntlet 3 years ago, been on Twitch. We've been streaming on Twitch for, oh god, I think streaming for like over 10 years. Been affiliate for maybe 9, 10-ish. Been doing this for a long time, basically. And I needed something to rejuvenate my interest because it was starting to wane. To be completely honest with you, to be really honest with you, I needed to juice it up because I was starting to not quite burn out, but just feel the sort of, been doing this for a long time, and it was starting to, as I've said before, my number one rule for streaming is I'll stop doing it when it stops being fun. And it was going that way before the Retro Gauntlet, you know? It was going that way. Not in a sort of very negative way, but I could feel it just being like getting harder and harder to just push on. And so doing the Retro Gauntlet was a way to rejuvenate my interest in the stream. And I think on the whole that was very successful. But now that I'm done, I just need some more time to think about what I'm going to do next. Because the conclusion I've come to is I want to come back. I want to go back and I want to do more stuff here with all of you on Twitch or on YouTube or wherever. I still want to do that. I'm just not sure what that's going to be. What form that's going to take. And I need a bit more time to work on that. And some other things, and just reorient my priorities outside of streaming, inside of streaming, because I think for the first time I'm starting to look at the future. I've never been good at that. I've never been good at doing that my whole life. But I think the last couple of years I've started to think like, oh, actually I can and should think about that. And the stream has been holding me in a holding pattern for a while. And it's not in a particularly bad thing. It's just, it's pretty clear that we've found the level. And it's been that way for a while, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. I've made I don't know, made peace is sort of sounds very negative, but I'm okay with that. As always, I would far rather have a reliable small group of people than like be a massive, huge streamer with thousands of people who just you have no interaction with whatsoever, you know? I would much rather be, you know, that sort of thing. But it's clear that, you know, I started this with the intention of, way back when, of making something of it. And we have made something of it, but if I want to plan for the future, I have to try other things as well. That's basically what it comes down to. But I still enjoy this. The Retro Gauntlet has made it fun and had made it fun again, and one of the things I'm considering, you know, I'm going to workshop a whole bunch of things. We're going to see if something, and that's what might happen when I come back, is just trying things out, experimenting with different streams. Maybe maybe we pick another series. You know, that's been, I know people have talked about this as well, like, oh, there's other ones. Maybe a shorter one. Yeah. There's a couple I've thought about, like, I think I said Metal Gear at one point, or, but yeah, if I do come back with another Retro Gauntlet, it would likely be, I would like it to be a series I haven't played. So Metal Gear is a good start, although I played, except for having played 5, but, you know, OGs will remember. Oh yeah, Devil May Cry, yeah. There's a bunch of stuff. But equally, there may be other sorts of streams that I want to do that are not that. Right now, I honestly don't know. It's all kind of purposefully up in the air. I need to shake things up for myself and my own sake, basically, so that I'm not stuck in the same holding pattern. As much fun as this has been, and it has been a lot of fun. Yeah, I will say I was weighing up, like, do I still want to keep streaming? And yeah, I think I do. So I'm not sure how long this break will be, but it's probably at least a month. It might be more. I'm gonna keep all the lights on and so on. I'll post in the Hats Chat Discord when I have any updates and so on. I might go through some of the archives and upload them to YouTube as well in that time. Yeah. And yeah, I hope that all makes sense. I hope you understand, and you know, yeah. This is not goodbye. This is see you later. You know, I should have done this for the for the final screen. I should have put up like a "Can't Wear Hats will return." I'll be back. Yeah. Even maybe more art streams. I don't know. I've got to figure some shit out. You know. That's something I'm considering, is maybe I do 14 just for fun. I don't know. I'll think about it, Lamb. I can't think right now. New Game Plus. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and even though I said, you know, I'm not hanging up my non-existent hat, we'll be back with something in due course. This is not the end, but it is kind of, this is, you know, kind of feels a bit like the end of something that started in about 2015. Or at least I'll pause for now. And I'm gonna come back, and I swear to God, not done, but I don't know what form that's gonna take, and I don't know if that's gonna work. but rest assured, there will be something. And I can only ask that you trust in me for that. But I just want to say, it doesn't feel like enough, but if you have been here the whole time, if you are the samurai of this channel, if you have been here the whole time, and a couple of you or a number of you have been, and some of you are I consider my very good friends. Oh God, come on. I can't say anything more than just thank you so much for being here the whole time, and sticking with me through all of this. It would not have worked if that hadn't been the case. And I also know there are a number of people who've come and gone and who have moved on, and schedules have changed and life circumstances have changed. And those people who were regulars are not around so much anymore, and I appreciate that. But wherever you are, if this reaches you, if you have watched this stream at any point in the last 10-ish plus years and enjoyed it, I can thank you so much for being here and for taking part in it. Yeah, I would like that. Cheeky Nando sounds great, Lamb. And yeah, big hearts to all of you. Yeah. I think this is just something I need to do. Take a break and figure some things out. Come back with whatever the next thing is. 2 degrees? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Lizanati. Alright. Friends, I believe it is time for me to go. Anymore, and I can't afford to spare the it's so hot that I can't afford to like spare any more moisture from like my eyes, so I better go. Oh, the gigantified emote. Freaking heat. Is this a good one to use? Yeah, let's use this one. Alright, friends, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you when I see you. We did it! We got to the end of the Final Fantasy Retro Gauntlet. We beat all the games. I can officially say I am now, I don't know, an expert. I am the Final Fantasy enjoyer. But you will, I think it's safe to say it's pretty good, Final Fantasy. It's pretty good. Good game. Good game. Alright. I've finally become a Blitzball. Oh, at last. I will see some of you around. Like I said, I'll post in the Hats Chat Discord when I have some things to post about. I will see some of you around in other spaces. Please, I've said this at the end of my streams for a long time, and I always mean it, and I will mean it again. Please take care of yourselves and each other. God knows we need people to do that now more than ever, really. You got, and we'll meet back here again. Oh, I was gonna do a thing. Oh, let's see if I can remember it. What is it? One day I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no tears, no regrets, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine. Take care, everybody, and I will see you down the road. And yeah, watch Sunday Lads on HP Braincase's channel. You'll find me there too. Alright, everyone. Take care. Love you all. Have a great summer. And I will see you when I see you.